in the future, when we're living the Lord's Prayer, attractiveness will be radically different. We'll be emotionally attractive, psychologically attractive, physically attractive because we'll be healthy. We won't be trying to kill each other to be sexually desirable because we're aggressive and violent and sexually perverse. So takes a lot of life. The big thing is life's eternal, grace is infinite, and that's the important thing. That's the important thing to focus on is life's eternal, grace is infinite, and that if you see yourself as your finite self and become delusional and violent and aggressive in your sex conflict, that puts everything you need at risk because you want to be better than other people. It's wrong to want to be better than other people. It's right to regard life, understand the laws, natural laws provided for life, and then respect those laws and obey those laws. This is the way Gene Roddenberry's not me, and George Lucas is not me, and Raymond Chow is not me. I was very perplexed that people didn't understand D.T. Suzuki and, Haile Selassie. They really, the white supremacists really, did a number on Haile Selassie, but Selassie said, well, we kind of deserve it. I mean, you look at the pyramids and you look at the mass murder of the people that look like Earl that we pushed to the north, and he tried to get away from us so he wouldn't have to mass kill us like Samson had to, because that was horrible on Samson when he had to take 5,000 people that wouldn't stop and kill them. It was like suicide by cop. It was horrible. And for someone, me, I cry when I run over a frog and have to kill it with a rock to put it out of its misery in my 40s, and the people at the fort are laughing. What a pussy, what a wimp. I was like, I didn't mean to kill the frog. Didn't see it. It jumped up into the blade and it hit its head and its brains were smashed out and it crawled up onto the pavement, and I didn't think I could do a good enough job of putting it out of its misery by stepping on it with my foot. So I picked up a big concrete center block thing and crushed the frog as hard as I could, and I cried. I was about 40. It was right after the children were kidnapped. It was in 2012, so I was about 45, and I was crying like a little kid. It was horrible. Like that day when my half brothers and the DS boys and the other ones were torturing and murdering the frogs, and I was 5, and I was sitting there, and then my dad got home, and what are you doing? Don't take your, sexually frustrated, go get a Playboy and go jack off in the other ditch, but don't take it out on innocent animals. I was like, it's my dad. It's my dad. My dad. That's why I started drawing all the pictures of Super Dad and stuff in school. Superman and Super Ralph. Dad came and saved the frogs from sex, I know exactly what he said. He's sexually frustrated, and I was 5, and because he was so mad. He didn't think about what he's saying in front of his 5-year-old Mormon trained kid. He came home and he was infuriated. Well, he caught him just in time when they had the frog in the baseball glove and were playing baseball with the frog and hitting it with the aluminum bat, and the entrails are going all over the yard. And they were laughing. And Dad came and caught him. They apparently didn't think anything of it. They thought their dad was like other guys that would laugh at it. They thought my dad was, and my dad, no. Okay. Apparently, professional wrestlers in Texas and macho Mexican cowboys think that shit's funny, but not my dad. No, he came home. Hell no, you don't take it. So, you guys may have a lot to say about my father and how cocky and arrogant he is. He tries his best to be a good person in front of Jesus, who's his omnipotent God. As it turns out, it's his spirit of his 5-year-old son. So, yeah. And I'll never forget that too. You sexually frustrated dumb sons of bitches, if you gotta go grab a damn Playboy and go masturbate in the fucking ditch across the way, but don't take it out on innocent animals. I was like, see, Mom, you need to go work on the international with Dad, right? I'm not going to work on the truck with Dad, Mom. He gets mad. He cusses a lot, right? And it's not like go grab a Playboy and masturbate in the ditch. I mean, he told me that, hey, Earl, this is frustrating. You go grab a Playboy and masturbate in the ditch. You're the best dad ever. You got Playboys you got Playboys under the seat in the plumbing truck. Awesome. I found titty bar coins and shit in the plumbing truck and I didn't know if they were dads or if they were Albert and Benny's. Oh wow. I kept that one. You had a woman's butt, and then a woman's breast on the other. Whoa, yeah. Kept that and hid it. My sisters never saw that one. I've been the biggest pervert in the history of the world. There's nothing perverse about finding a woman's butt and a woman's breast very sexually desirable because you want to have kids with her. Oh, that's a special feeling, Lloyd. And I had those special feelings before I hit puberty. I told you guys that. I never chased the girls and beat them up. I knew girls were meant for kissing. But it didn't, not till puberty did, my special purpose sit there and go, oh boy, it feels good to rub your genitalia against female genitalia. That's a special feeling, Lloyd. It is way better than the rope in gym class, right? We all know that because we're thousands of years and, millions of years. Okay. And so Laura loved the Lunda Lunda Law, and stuff. And you want to protect women from sexual deviants and perverts. You want to protect me. I wasn't a gossip. I told you with Gina Roy and Stacy Cleveland. I didn't tell anybody, and Gina told everybody. And then I felt mad. I was mad at her because, why did you tell everybody about that? And they're making fun of me because, it doesn't make me look bad. Once everybody finds out about this, she got nervous because I had pubes and she didn't. So, I was kind of like, I developed faster than her. And I wouldn't have made fun of her. I wouldn't have said anything. I would just said, thank you for sharing your naked exploration body with my naked exploration body. You are a very affectionate girl who understands a teenage boy's needs at 13 and 14 years old. I appreciate that. I appreciate for what you're showing me right now. And Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies, and I like those too. And Mama, Vicky Valancourt's not the devil, okay? And Mama, you did the same shit with Roberto, our daddo, before okay? No, she was dating the other guy that looked like, well, who was it? What was his name? John Cougar Mellencamp? No, that was so-and-so. Here's your daddy. That shit funny. But, all right, y'all. But, no, sexual manipulation is for tool bags. And me having to use pictures of naked women and memories of being with naked women to keep my prostate going, to keep me alive while you guys train child molesting perverts to fly in planes and mass murder families for science projects is pretty pathetic, and if you want to continue to be this pathetic, that your business, make that your business, and you go get the gun and go try to shoot Parker in the road, and you be a superhero, and stuff. And I be telling people, you do know David Rockefeller is, okay, yeah, he doesn't even have to do surveillance anymore, okay? Just the Megan 20 shit you guys do for entertainment, okay? Having sociopaths invent chick bots so they can laugh at, you're getting killed by a little girl robot, and they masturbate to it like Carl from the Cell. And they do it for entertainment, and it creeps and freaks people's out. And they could sit there and the creepo scientist, I'm a rocket scientist and you're a liar. Okay, so you're a rocket scientist, you're a pervert. And they celebrate the rocket scientists in El Paso. We're all so proud of them. They're going to win the rocket science contest in Washington, D.C. Wow. So we can Megan 20 and jack off to it, and then have a bunch of old fucking 60-year-old perverts talk my beautiful stepdaughter into masturbating with a guy with a British accent because that snotty bitch thinks she's too good to have sex with me. No, she knows she's too good to have sex with you stupid fuck. She wants to have sex with a man who protects children from home invading scientific perverts. She doesn't want to have sex with one of the scientific perverts. She liked nerdy guys. Yeah, she did like nerdy guys and wanted to protect nerdy guys from the jocks because of her dad, because of the man she called dad that wasn't her dad, and why can't Kelly be you? And why can't Kelly be Patrick? You and Patrick are so protecting of the nerds, and you're better jocks than the jocks, and you're better nerds than the nerds. You could do all the scientific tech stuff the geeks could do, and you can do it all better than them. And you can explain to Patrick explains to the people that make medical equipment, that do AI analysis on health issues, what their technology is doing. He explains to the engineers what their technology is doing. He doesn't build it, but he can explain to them how it works and how it doesn't work. Same thing I did in Sierra Vista when they came to talk to me about their genome sequencing. Things. Well, here's what you're doing, and here's what's wrong, and here's why it's wrong. And just forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal faithful peace. Get that fucking child molesting pervert out of everybody's children's bedroom, and you'll have better brain activity, and then you don't need to cut up monkeys and get them addicted to cigarettes and make jokes about it on the Big Bang Theory, where they're all sexually frustrated, they're all sexually inadequate, and they're all sexual deviants and perverts. Yeah, do you watch the fucking show? I watch the fucking show. Okay. The hot little 4-foot blonde laughs about killing people with their drugs so they can assimilate to genocide over toxic poisoning through industrial genocide. It's not fucking funny when you sit down and you get right down to it. You can go to night court and try to justify it with night court, and it's not going to fix a damn thing. I'm going to load this fucker up, and then I'm going to get back to work. You people are insane, And the sad thing is you need somebody that's better than you, because they're humble and faithful and kind, to explain it to you on a daily basis. And then I have to fix your technology, and I'm better at fixing your technology than you are, just like Patrick with the medical people in Indiana that he's working with. Okay, so let's load this one. And I'm going to go do yard work, because you guys are fucking pesticide spraying, Roundup spraying, mind fucking rocket scientist, genocidal pervert assholes. And you fucking know it. If they were telling you what to do and programming you because you had an ego problem and you were jealous of me, would you be able to tell me that it was happening, and would you be able to stop it? Apparently not. Okay, from C-SPAN to Fox News to Bloomberg Worker to the NASA channel. Okay, I got your Smoot Arnold Thorne right here. Fucking assholes. I have to protect everybody from you. And you know what? I can handle it. When you can finally protect yourself from yourself, then you can handle it. Until then, just, leave the evil one to me. I've got this. Okay? Peace.